Welcome to Lost in Circus. Short, sweet videoettes of circus performers. They've all been asked the same 3 questions. How did you get lost in circus? What's the crack with you now? And what's your next big adventure?
Say, my name is Novelli.
Daddy got this one.
Yeah, I got that one on, haven't I? That's the microphone.
Microphone.
Yeah. That's it, we're going to record all about who are we? Who's Novelli?
Cheese.
Novelli is cheese, yeah. Daddy's a bit cheesy too. I'm Chris Bolzini. That's now my real name. And I'm a tightrope walker. I'm a funambulist. I was a teenager destined for a normal life of like going to university and having a proper job. And then my mum died when I was 19 and everything went to pot. And I went out into the world with some juggling balls. Ended up doing shows on the street and hanging out with people that were like doing something different. Hanging out with people that were like, you don't have to have a job, you don't have to have qualifications or work for some asshole who's doing something that you don't care about and end up having to be a slave to the system. You can actually express yourself, have fun, and people will pay you for it.
Where's it gone, Daddy? Where's it gone?
What, the microphone? It's just there, look, on my lapel. Can you see it? I do particularly high wire stuff, so that might be really big crossings between buildings, or over rivers or lakes and things like that. Or it might be high wire shows, working with other performers on shorter wires but still like 10 or 20 meters long, usually always outside. I'm legally married to a lady who married me on a high wire, Phoebe, who I love really dearly. And she had a fall last year, so we have a small baby and she had a fall, and I can also be an asshole when I'm stressed, and I've been stressed by doing lots of high wire walks. So our relationship is really like hanging on by a thread. Flowers were painted by the guy that had the wagon before us. He found in the belly boxes 100 pieces of Worcester porcelain, and they had that design painted on them. So he got a friend of his who was 8 months pregnant at the time to lie on a sort of scaffold, and whilst she was super pregnant, she painted the whole roof. It took her like 6 weeks, I think. I did some courses in Spain, and I worked with a master in Cuba, and have taken teachings from some French amazing high wire walkers. But yeah, in the beginning, it was all on the streets. My mum died, my sister decided to sell the house I was brought up in. The girl I was in love with got together with my best friend. I failed my exams. My dad said I couldn't live with him because they didn't have enough space, even though he had a 5-bedroom house. So yeah, I lost a lot and I felt really sad for a bit. And then when I left, I felt like I found something that nobody really has, and that was freedom. Freedom like transferred into that circus life and meeting other free people, you know. Yeah, these are the first ones that Phoebe made them for me. Modelled them on another pair that I had, but Phoebe made them. And then when I done the Dumbo film, they took those ones and they made these ones. Actually, exactly this time last year, Phoebe fell. But about a month before that, or 2 weeks before that, we did this. So it was like our last show together, really. And yeah, it's fucking cool. It took us ages to do that, bloody too high on the wire. And it was a lovely audience, and I think they really appreciated how hard it was. And Phoebes is amazing. Like, she worked so hard for so long and was so tolerant with me being grumpy most of the time. I know that I've got where I've got because I've been driven, and I've just like done it, even when I've been too tired or it's been too windy or I haven't really had the right equipment to make it safe. I've done it and done it and done it and done it and trained it and trained it and trained it and told people I can do it so that they'd book me, so that I could prove to the next person that I can do it because I did it for the last person. So yeah, I suppose I'm kind of driven and don't want to give up on stuff. I guess I'm also like like maybe like difficult to be with, because of that, because of lots of reasons, I reckon. But definitely because of wanting to train all the time and wanting to prioritize doing shows over like going out for dinner or going on holiday. Like I'll do those things, but really it's when I'm on stage, when I'm on the wire, then I'm like my heart is open and blossoming, and you know I feel that freedom. So you know I love sharing that with people, but sometimes I feel like I'm a loner as well. But I really like this one, which is like a really old book from Philip Petit. Oh look, there's a photo in it. Oh no, that's a flyer. Should be a photo somewhere. There's all these old pictures of like old tightrope walkers walking on tightropes, and there's like somebody's roller skates that they used to roller skate across the wire on. And this is the teacher of my teacher, a guy called Rudy Olmankowski, doing a dive roll over 4 people. Basically, you know, we might think we're great and we do great things, but then we see what people have done. Yeah, I really hope that I don't have to sacrifice my love for my wife and my family dream for my art, but I can't stop doing what I do because I really love it. I can't stop being a high wire walker because that's what I've worked to be. She doesn't want to be involved in those gigs, so I have to find somebody else who can like stand in for her. And that's weird because like we did it together. We're married and we went on this journey for the last 8 years to be able to take it from like lower wires and slack ropes indoors to doing like really massive stuff outdoors. So anyway, nobody can replace your wife. Like if you work with your wife and what people see is like a couple in love on a wire, you can get someone to stand in and it might be a good show, but yeah, there's something about that pure emotion, and I don't know, I suppose I'm curious to see how it pans out trying to do shows without Phoebe, or whether I can't do it with other people and then I just am on my own on the wire.